flashes that were on your screen just a short while ago. You heard it first on CNBC TV 18, and now it's official. The lenders of Electrosteel Steels have approved a special debt restructuring for the company. Ritu Singh, in fact, who had broken that story earlier and has been on that story for the last 6 odd months, Ritu. The details are now confirmed. The board has approved this. What are the contours and what does this mean? Give us a timeline and, just give us a quick recap of who the prospective buyers could be.
Well, Kritika, just to brief you quickly, 8,500 crores of debt is what the company had, which the banks were unable to recover. So they applied what is called strategic debt restructuring to recover their money, which essentially means that the lenders can now convert part of their debt and take majority control in the company throughout the promoters and bring in new ones if that's what it takes to revive this particular company. So as we had reported earlier, a 27-member consortium led by the State Bank of India has revoked the strategic debt restructuring in this particular case, where now we understand the board, according to this notification now, has taken that into accord. In fact, the board has approved the share sale of about 2,500 crore rupees of debt to the lenders, where 250 shares will be issued at rupees 10 each. They will hold an EGM or an extraordinary general meeting on January 7th to get a shareholder approval, which is a prerequisite to bring in a new promoter. That will be held in January, which means banks can now, after acquiring this equity in the company, bring in a new promoter. As we had reported earlier, there are 4 players that are currently in the fray for buying the strategic stake in Electrosteel Steels. The Tata Steel had evinced an interest, but we understand that that deal is unlikely to go through because of the large haircut that Tata Steel has been demanding from the debtors. There was also SSG, which is now, we understand, backed out, which leaves 3 players. There's a DP Jindal Group company, but the front runners really in this case are First International Group and Brazil-based Jero, both of which are currently in the process of negotiations with the banks. And we understand that a new buyer for the company promoter will be brought in by as early as January. Of course, the finer contours of at what price those new promoters are brought in and more details of that deal will come out as and when this is called. This will be the first such case of strategic debt restructuring that has come, that is advanced this far from the multiple cases that we have seen so far.
Absolutely, Ritu. Thanks for joining in with that. And as I